Wait. Okay, we're live. Go.
Sashi Puki Yuksik Metok Dram Rirab Lingshi Nyende Gempadi Sange Shingdu Mikde Ulwargi Drokum Nandak Shingla Shuparsho Idam Guru Ratna Mandalakam Niryatayami Sange Shudan Soki Shoknamla Yangshu Bardu Dakni Kapsushi Daki Chunyen Gipe Sunamki Drola Penshir Sangye Druparsho Sangye Shudan Soki Shoknamla Gangshu Bardu Dakni Kyapsushi Daki Chunyen Gipe Sunamki Drola Penchir Sangye Druparsho Sangye Shudan Soki Shoknamla Yangshu Bardu Dakni Kyapsushi Daki Chunyen Gipe Sunamki Drola Penchir Sangye Druparsho. Panchito was singing the mandala too.
He was either singing the mandala or he was protesting your singing. I don't know. I was trying to decide which one. Okay, cool. Okay, so we're gonna take the quiz now. That means if you're not gonna take it, you have to go drink some refrescos or something, okay? And we'll take like 10 minutes to do it. So here we go. Okay, starting the quiz right now. Okay, there's only 2 questions. The second one just long, so. Buen suerte. Ok. ¿Están listos? ¿Estamos listos? Paula, if I speak in Spanish, you have to translate into English, right? Look, Kelly McGee's in my class. Hi, Kelly McGee. Did you finish the quiz?
Yes.
Okay. Did everyone finish? All right. Let's keep going here. Okay. Is that the one? Oh, yep. Here. Okay, welcome to Corso 14. Clase 3. Okay, so actually last class, I covered a lot of what's in this class. So I've decided that Irvor wants me to send us that text. What text? I don't know. Which text? Irvor. ¿Cuál libro? What you are reading.
I think
Now.
it's the document, the PDF, the ACI 14, the one that has the notes, homeworks, and everything.
No, it's on the knowledge base. Here's the link. I'm not sending it, it's huge. Just, I'm clicking on this course right now, and it's in the chat. Okay? And then that's the link for everything. And then here's the link for the document. Okay? All right. Okay. Now, what was I saying? It was really important. Trying to help all beings. How did that go again? Oh yeah. So I covered a lot of like class 3, class 2, because of how it worked out for Geshe. When Holy Geshe Michael taught it, but I wanted to cover it because it was in the homework, and that would have been weird. So this class, I'm going to teach the material, and I am going to review Karma and Emptiness, okay? The pen and the 2 husbands. There's something else. What else? The pen to 2 husbands. What's the other teaching I should do? My mind's like blanking, but I mean, those are enough. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, if I think of something else. But I'm going to really break it down so that you can use it. I'm also going to tell you you're going to get Dam from Wordy, okay? What's Dam mean? It's not an English curse, okay? That's different. Who were the Kadampas? Ooh, one Ria, I don't know which Ria, said personal advice. Tenemos dos Rias. Whichever one it was is right. Yeah, I'll give you some personal advice. Why? Because I don't want to see you suffer the way I did. Really. I suffered a lot to get these teachings. It's horrible. Right? I'm still suffering. It's Friday. I'm teaching this class. I should be out having fun, okay? But no. Anyway, I'm joking. This is fun. I'll give you a dam right off the beginning, from the beginning. Holy Geshe Michael, after he started teaching these classes in 1992 or something. But okay, so I'm a translator in Tibetan. I don't know if you know that. Some of you do. I've been translating for, I don't know, depends how you look at it, but either 4 or 6 years. And you listen to Geshe Michael in 1992, which is 28 years ago. His translation is like perfect. 28 years ago. That's, I don't know, I'm not that much older than that, okay? Geshe Michael's been teaching Buddhism for like, he's been teaching for like 50 years or something. Anyway, yeah, I want to give you some Dam, because there's ways you can practice this stuff that will hurt you too. Because Dharma is, everyone comes into Dharma with problems, okay? Everyone. If you didn't come into the Dharma with problems, you wouldn't need the Dharma. You'd be teaching the Dharma, okay? You'd be the Buddha, right? The awakened one, the one without any problems. Siddhartha. Okay, I was watching Jeopardy today and they said, one of the questions, what was the Buddha's given name? Siddhartha. It means the one who can accomplish anything, right? And if you know the truth, you can accomplish anything. If you understand karma and emptiness, and then how to practice it, you can accomplish anything, absolutely anything. What Geshe Michael once say? A good Buddhist can learn anything in 3 months or something. I don't know. I think Geshe Michael can learn anything in like 3 days, but yeah, I've seen it. Watch his close students. Watch like Nick Lashaw or Tim Lowenhop. One day they don't know anything about something, in like a few months they're like perfect at it. Okay, they won't tell you. They're very humble, but I'm friends with them. One day they don't know something. Nick built a website. Nick built our website for our translation course. I'm like, oh, Nick, who taught you to build websites? He's like, oh, no one, just figured it out. I'm like, yeah, you did. Nick's my favorite jealousy object, okay? We compete, but we're friends. It's okay. All right, cool. Okay, so a note from last class. Did everyone do good on the quiz? Was the quiz easy with what I taught you last week? I hope so. There is an alternate way of interpreting droa and onwa, which means going and coming. So I talked about it the way I learned it in from Arya Nagarjuna, which is like the stepping, like actual movement. But the commentary that Holy Geshe Michael had when he taught this class was more like does a thing actually go through the process of becoming something? And then that's droa, that's going. And does a thing actually go through the process of becoming something else? Right? So this makes sense because this is Arya Nagarjuna. He says nothing kewa, nothing starts in the first place. Nothing gakwas, nothing stops. But then what's in between starting and stopping? Oh, Paula's doing nice hand motions. Okay, she did the perfect hand motion. What's in between? What? Come on, what's in between starting and stopping?
Going.
Yeah, but what would you usually call that?
Changing.
Existing. The whole time the thing is the thing, right? I don't hear anybody say yes. That's yeah, in the Abhidharma they say, okay, perfect. They say yeah, things start, and then they use a specific word. Start, stop, but basically they are, the pen gets made, hecho en Mexico, right? Then it lasts for, I don't know, 10 years, and then they throw it away, okay? So anyway, that whole process, the illusion of it starting, the illusion of it stopping, but also the illusion of it becoming and the illusion of it in the process of not becoming, okay? I don't know. So I was a philosophy major in college, and I don't know, I think all my teachers were Buddhas. They say after a while, you're like, wait a second. They're all Buddhas. They're all taking me step by step, right? If I didn't learn ABCs, I couldn't have learned ACI, right? Same with your ex-girlfriends, okay? And ex-boyfriends. They're definitely Buddhas. Okay, they teach you everything that's you need to work on. Okay, sorry. Your current boyfriend or girlfriend too. If you don't want them to become an ex, then learn. Okay. Anyway, my philosophy teacher, his name was Charles Dyke. He was obsessed. He always talked about being and becoming. Being and becoming. You know, how can something be and how can it become? And it's impossible. Without karma and emptiness, it's impossible to, in English, fancy word, we say rectify that, right? Yeah. How can something be something and then become it? Okay, you want to hurt your brain? Think about that. Okay, I just wanted to clarify that. And now on to dumb knock. Okay, I'll do the pen thing first. Because it's Friday night. Come on, it's the pen thing. We're gonna have dos esposas, dos esposos, which could either be a really good time or really bad time. Okay, I don't know. Now I don't have a pen. No one uses them anymore, so I'm gonna use my phone because that's always close by. People are sending me funny texts as usual. Okay, because it's all for my bad. Okay, we're gonna do the pen thing because maybe everyone doesn't know it because I don't know some of you. Okay, so I want to make sure you know it. Okay, de nada, Iravor. I don't know about this guy, Iravor. I think he might be a Buddha. Who is this guy? Iravor. Is he hiding?
Hello, teacher. How are you? Thanks a lot for your teachings and for your
¿De
humor
dónde
sense.
eres?
From Chile.
Ah, Santiago?
It's freezing in the Patagonia.
Oh, wow.
No es Santiago.
Es muy bonito, ¿no?
Santiago no, pero Patagonia sí.
Oh, wow. Okay. Felicidades. Okay, mucho gusto, Iravor.
Thanks for your teachings.
De nada. I've never heard this name Iravor. It's probably like Jose down in Chile, okay? Okay, here we go. Okay, so pretend this is a pen because I don't have one. I'm not getting. There's probably one somewhere in this house. I don't own it. So this is a pen now. Oh wait, Paola has one because I don't know. She's prepared. She's like that kind of person. Okay, she's gonna hold it up. Okay, ready? Paola. Okay. Now I found out there's a difference between. I have a friend Paola, but she's Paola. That's different. Okay. And I know Spanish people are crazy about their vowels, so I'm just making sure I say Paola, not Paola. It's correcto, no? Okay, Paola. It's like a workout. Okay, so what is Paola holding up? Anybody? What does she have in her hand? Contéstame.
Pen.
Yay! Good. She's got a pen. All right. Okay. What if a, how do you say? Cuchara? What is it?
Spoon.
Cucharito? What if a little dog, what if a puppy? What if a,
Cachorrito.
oh, cachorrito. Okay, sorry. Cacharo. Anyway, what if one of those, what if a puppy came in the room, right? And she waved that in front of their face. What would the cachorrito do with it?
Chew it.
Who's answering all the questions? You're gonna be the official answerer since everyone else is answering.
No.
Who's that?
Monica.
Oh, Monica. Okay, you're the official answer. Everyone else just be quiet since you're not doing anything anyway. Okay. Okay, Señorita Torres. Okay. Okay, Monica. So yeah, what would the puppy do?
Chew it.
Yeah, look, Paola's being the cachura. That thing. Anyway.
Chorra.
Cachorra. Okay. All right. So which one is it really?
It's both.
Okay, it's both. Okay, so it's both? So the human thinks it's a chew toy?
The dog says it's a chew toy. The
So
dog sees it as a chew toy.
So it's both?
Yes.
So when you see pens, you start to drool?
No, I want to write.
So which one is it?
Well, it's a pen for the human and it's a chew toy for the dog.
Okay, so if we all left the room, Paola, the cachorro. Why am I messing that up? What is it?
Cachorro.
Cachorro. Double R? Double R?
Yeah.
Cachorro. Okay, cachorro. Okay. So if we left the room, no one's. What is la pluma then? Cylinder, I should say, right? What's the?
It's nothing. I don't want to get it wrong.
Wrong. No. Yeah. This is the best answer. That's even like there's a emoticon, isn't there? Like an emoji. There's emoji. Oh. Right? There's one on my phone. I don't know if they have them on your phone. Okay. What if I lost track of the cachorro and he ran back in the room? When he entered the room, what would it be to the cachorro then?
I think it would be a chew toy again.
Yeah, that's why he's going back. Okay, then I ran after him. Hey, come back here. What would it be when I took it out of his mouth? Get that?
For the human, it would be a pen.
Yeah, get that pen out of here. Get my pen out of your mouth. I don't want chew marks on my pen. Right? So as soon as I enter the room, it becomes a
seed.
No, forget. What does it be?
Oh.
What do I see?
I see, the human sees a pen and the dog sees a chew toy.
Okay, good. All right. So what does it depend? What does it depend on? Is it its chew toyness coming from this way, or is it coming this way from the cachorro?
It depends on who's looking at it.
Right. So this way, right?
This way.
Yeah. And we already said which one's right. Who's right?
Both of them.
Yeah, which one is it really?
I think which one of them is right, or which one is it?
Really?
Both of them.
Yeah, you already said that. It
Okay.
depends, right?
Yeah, it depends. Oh yeah, it depends. That's the answer. It depends.
Yeah, on the person who sees it. So where does its penness or juguetedad come from?
From the person who sees it.
Exactly. And we say that all depends on, did you give people something to write or did you give people something to chew on? Did you give people a means to communicate such that they could become more intelligent, or did you give people something to do that made them, that wasted their time essentially? Right? I mean, that's basically what we're saying, right? Because if you gave if somewhere in the past, I don't know, maybe 1,000,000 years ago, you know, if you gave someone something to write with, or even, I don't know, maybe it was a rock or something, you know, or scraping on, you know, another rock, and they figured something out, and that planted a seed for you to be a to be a
To something to scrap a rock.
No,
what
human.
you said. Oh, human. Yes, a human.
Because what is a human?
It's a blessing.
Sometimes a human is when you see yourself as a human. That's it, right? You see yourself writing with a pen. You know, when you see a pen, you think pen. Or, you know, to be a dog is to start salivating when you see a stick, and then to see a furry thing, right? And to, when you see another dog, to start growling. You know, I don't growl when I see dogs or think about sniffing someone's butt. Understand? So they say the seed comes from the thing you did in the past, and it overlays. In Tibetan, it's dok. It like it like covers, right? It covers the parts, because is it white? Wait, let me see. Yeah, hers is clear. Is it claro? I don't know. How do you say clear? Clara? Ooh.
Transparente.
Whatever Monica just said. Yeah, does it have, it looks like a black pen, I don't know. Is it black in the middle? Is it clear? Right? I mean, would a dog see black in the middle and clear?
I don't think so.
No, they would. They see something. I mean, I don't know. I know certain animals are colorblind and stuff. I don't know. But yeah, they just see the same basic parts, right?
Okay, yeah.
But even with the parts being the same, they still they still overlay a pen, and they start drooling, and they start chewing, and then they run off because they can't eat it. Correcto? Okay.
Yes.
Now your job is to point to something in the room you're in right now that's not like that, that isn't coming from you. I'll wait.
Something that is not coming from me?
Yeah, point to something in the room that's not coming from you.
That's not possible, is it?
Yeah, and like here's some Dom from Word. This is not in the scripture, but I don't know how old I was. I think I was pretty young though. Let me see. think I was like 6 or something. I don't know. I was like, wait, how come I'm always at the center of the world? Do you ever notice that? You're always at the middle of everything. Like, aren't you always at the middle of your world?
I have no idea what being at the middle of my world means.
Think about it. You're always at the center of your reality. Everything is always around you,
Oh.
right? Is your arm ever like not that far from your body? It's always the same. Everything's around you, right?
Yeah, I cannot. Yeah.
It is. I mean, there's no denying it. So to me, that's evidence of like the world's coming from me because I'm always at the center of the world. Think about it. Think about coming and going. We talked about it a little bit. There's a really nerdy subject that you don't want to know about, but I'm going to teach you right now called projective geometry. And without projective geometry, ever see like old paintings or even like hieroglyphics or, paintings from, the early like Italian masters or something? Do those paintings look realistic? No, because they were still figuring out the projective geometry. Like if you put two lines like this converging, it looks like a road on a horizon, like getting smaller, right? Or like or how you say, ferrocarril, right? Train tracks. Because when you see ferrocarril, they don't just stay like train tracks. They look like they're getting small until you go or come. And then the perspective seems to change. But think about it. That illusion of being able to draw something a certain way and making it seem like something that's converging on a horizon. Okay, I hope I'm not destroying Paola's. Okay, you're doing okay. Converging on a horizon is the same as your reality. Things seem to be coming closer, moving further away. Things seem to be changing, but it's all for the same reason, because the karma is shifting. Because now we have movies, okay? Before, imagine trying to explain this in, 1250 or whatever. That's when this book is from. This Lojong is from. We're doing today. Right? They had no movies. You had to be like, it's like, I don't know, the sunlight or, try to do something. That's what they're always talking about, the sun. And they're always talking about like the reflection in pools of water because you need technology to make a mirror, by the way. Mirrors are kind of high technology. To make something smooth enough to have a mirror is difficult. So you have to talk about water and reflections in water and stuff because you don't have movies. Now I can just say it's like a Marvel movie. I mean, yeah, it's on the screen. Yeah, you feel excited when Captain America beats up the bad guy. Or gets the girl at the end or whatever. But is it real? Yeah, it's real in the sense of being something that can elicit emotions from you, but it's not real in the sense of Captain America is in the room with you. Just like your reality is real in the sense of you can get bonked on the head and it will hurt, but it's not real in the sense that bonking, that's a very technical term, right?
Bonking.
That is coming from its own side without you projecting a bonker. Okay? There's an old video game, Bonk. I don't know if anyone remembers that. I'm really showing my age. Okay. Now I'm going to do the two husbands, okay? Because Monica looks confused, so job done. And you have to think about it. Because everything I said was true, right? Does anybody want to debate me? No, of course not. Okay, so let's do dos esposos. Okay, 2 husbands. Because if you crack the 2 husbands, I really crack it. And like think it, if you can think of the 2 husbands as always in play, that's one of the reasons we meditate so much. Okay, we study a lot and you meditate a lot because you have to remember the thing you're supposed to be doing. Master Shantideva talks about it. He talks about the Newa Drempashi, the four things you're supposed to remember all day. Okay, but you have to be able to remember that you had this Buddhist class. If you don't remember all weekend about this class, if it never crosses your mind, and then someone does something you don't like, and the first thing that comes in your mind isn't something about here's my test, cachurro, and a pluma, and dos esposos, then I failed, okay, and you failed. That's the whole point of this class, especially Lojong, okay? So here we go. Say you're a hardworking Mexican lady, okay? And Mexico is the hardest working country on earth. You guys know that? Per hour? Yeah, puts in the most hours. Mexicans put in the most hours of any country in the world. Yeah, so it's the hardest working country in the world, right? So you're a hardworking Mexican woman, and you're an executive too, okay? I don't know, like Marta or something. I don't know what Marta does, but I think she's got some like good job or something. So you're like Marta, but you have kids, okay? You have 2 kids and you got a husband. And so your boss calls you, El Jefe calls you and is like, Marta, okay, mañana we're gonna have a big deal, okay? The clients are coming in, it's a big deal. I want you to come in early so we can get everything ready so we can close the deal. And you're like, claro que sí, like, of course, we're gonna close this deal. So you go to your kids and you're like, escúchame, listen to me, mijos, okay? You have to be ready tomorrow at exactly 7:15. Why? Okay, this is pre-COVID, okay? Why? Because I'm driving, I'm gonna bring you to school because mamita has to be in work at exactly 8. So, okay, that's 15 minutes to get you to school. Mexico City traffic is horrible. We have to leave on time, right? Okay, so the kids are like, sí, mama. Buenas noches, right? So they go to bed. You tell them tartuk, they go to bed. And then you're getting all ready. You get putting your makeup on and your power suit and whatever. And then it's 7:15. You're like, all right, vámonos. Here we go. And you open the door, and the kids are in their room jumping on the bed. Yay! Yay! And you're like, ¿por qué? Like, ¿cuál es tu problema? And you say, you are the dumbest kids in all of DF. You are the stupidest kids in Mexico City. And they're like, Mama, why? And they start crying, right? And you're like, get ready fast. Mom has to be at work on time, right? So they get ready really fast, okay? And you drive like crazy, drop them off at school, go to work. And you somehow get there on time. Right? So the deal, if it works out, the deal goes through, blah, blah, blah. So after work, you're like, because you're hardworking Mexican woman. And so you work, but then also, you make the dinner. You make the enchiladas. or what's that? What's that corn soup? Pozole? Pozole? I see more like O's from Paola and Monica. Yeah. Pozole, I think. Okay, that thing, whatever. Mexico has this amazing food. You make some amazing Mexican food. And so you got all the groceries. You're gonna make this great Mexican food. And you open the door and like all you want from your esposo is a big hug when you walk in the door. Okay, that's all you ask. Okay, so you open the door, go touch the door, you open it. As you open the door, you walk in, and your esposa says, "Where were you? You're the stupidest wife in all of Mexico City." Okay, which is already bad. Okay, if you got this kind of esposo, I don't know why you're with him, but he says this to you, you're like, what? And what is the first thing any human would say?
I didn't do anything.
Who said that?
Monica again.
Perfect. Wow. Perfect. You're either a perfect Dharma student or you're a perfect human making excuses. I don't know. Either way. So yeah, you say, I didn't do anything. This is what we say in America. I just walked through the door. I didn't even say anything to this guy. I just walked in. Right? This guy's screaming at me. So okay, so he screams at you. All right. So why is this crazy, ungrateful esposo screaming at you?
Because you screamed at your kids in the morning.
Oh. Los mijos. Okay. Okay. So then the question is, how many husbands are in the room at that moment? Monica says 2. What do you think, Kelly McGee? How many?
At the moment, you're debating whether to yell back at him.
The moment you say, I didn't do anything at all.
I mean, for me, there's one husband.
So this is called the one husband? So, okay. There's one husband in the room?
Well, in the moment, but
Yes or no?
there's one husband.
So there's only one husband in the room. Say yes, you just said it already.
From my perspective, there's one husband in the room.
Oh, okay, so you're saying there's only one husband. Okay. So there's no purpose in Buddhism.
That's quite a leap.
I think I found it justified. There's no purpose in Buddhism?
No, there's definitely a purpose.
But if there's only one husband, then there's no purpose because the Buddha never had to teach karma and emptiness.
I think that I have a choice how to respond to the husband.
I didn't say anything about a choice. I asked you how many husbands. You said one, right?
Yeah,
So how many husbands are there?
one guy there.
There's one husband. So then there's no, Buddhism has no purpose. This class is over.
No, I mean, Buddhism definitely has a purpose.
There's only one husband. Who cares? Okay, I'm messing with
The
Kelly.
purpose is how to have him not yell at me.
Who?
The husband.
But there's only one. That's how he is. He's kind of an asshole.
No, he can change.
He can change. Oh, so that's how. So you're just waiting for him to change. You're going to change him, right? That's how it usually goes.
My perception of him can change.
Oh, your perception of him can change.
How I experience him can change.
Oh, so how you experience the one husband can change?
Well, in the future, he might. It's not that he would be the permanent state of the husband that he is in this moment.
Oh, okay, so in the future, that's when you're going to experience nirvana in the future?
Hopefully.
Oh, because in our last class, I thought in our last class, the definition of the future was there is no definition of the future. It doesn't exist.
Well, there's moment to moment.
Yeah, in the moment. There's no future.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Okay. Good job. Anyway, so in one sense, of course, there's only one husband. But the reason this is called two husbands is because there's the husband that's really there, and there's the husband that you think is there.
Isn't there also the husband's perception of himself?
Yeah. There's also the ant in the corner's perception of the husband, and the spider in the other corner's perception of the husband. Yeah, for however many beings there is the perception of the husband. But that's not going to get you to nirvana, so we'll start with the two, okay? There's two husbands for the ant too, actually.
There's a conventional and an ultimate view for every being.
There's an actual one, and there's one that will never exist, did never exist, and could never exist. So is there one husband actually? Yeah. Was it the one husband Kelly was talking about? I don't think so, but maybe she was. So the husband that you think is there is the one coming from its own side that, I don't know why he's mad today. I think he's grumpy because there was traffic, or he's just probably a little hungry, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the husband you usually think of, right? The husband you married that you thought you could change.
Yeah, I mean, I personally don't quite identify with this, but yes, I get the.
No, we're playing along, Kelly McGee. You're an evolved New York woman, okay? Okay. So, but what about the other husband? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The husband that's not there that you think. Wait, no, the husband. Did I just do the one that you think is there? Yeah, the one that is there, who's actually there, who's the only real husband, who's the one that's never really in the room for you unless you're already high bodhisattva or something. That's the husband that came from you yelling at your kids that morning. I mean, in the moment he's yelling at you, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only husband that you ever had.
Right.
Correcto?
Correcto.
So why do we call this the two husbands if there's only one husband?
I don't know.
First of all, one husband isn't that, catchy. As soon as you say two husbands, people are like, okay, tell me more.
So it's a marketing scheme.
Of course, Dharma's all about marketing. Are you kidding? The Buddha was like the master salesman. He taught 5 different schools that were completely different and like convinced people it was completely true and then enlightened everybody. Anyway, no, because there are two husbands in a sense. There's the husband that you think is there that could never be there, and there's the husband that is always there, that you never think is there. And the gap between your understanding of those two things is your level of happiness. Okay, so the husband yells at you, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so based upon what I just said and what you know of this from prior teachings, what is the stupidest thing you could do in that moment?
Yell back.
Yeah. And what is the most natural human reaction to do in that moment?
Yell back.
Good, now use your logic. So therefore humans are,
Ignorant.
I said stupid, I said ignorant. No, exactly. They're ignorant. And that's what drives the wheel of samsara. Okay, I want to teach you how to really pronounce it. It's not samsara, it's sansara. Okay? Samsara is a misspelling because somebody mixed up transliteration and transpronunciation like 200 years ago in British India or something. I don't know. Okay,
But-
sansara.
Is it wrong? I've heard this because it's also wrong to respond by saying, oh, he had a really bad day, he's tired, and like make that the cause.
Yeah, I just said that. That's wrong.
To like respond in a compassionate way towards that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Jason Kappa talks about this in his famous work, Gongpa Rabsel. He says a monk who follows all of his vows perfectly, who doesn't understand the second husband in the room, he doesn't say that, but doesn't understand emptiness, is immoral, he says. He says the perfect monk who follows every vow perfectly, who does so without an understanding of what we call the second husband, the thing that comes from your seeds, is actually immoral. Which is a radical statement, right? This perfect monk, he's got 253 vows plus 64 bodhisattva vows. And if he's practicing Tantra, it's just like, a couple hundred more or whatever, right? Immoral. Because the thing that drives the wheel of samsara is the fact that you do not understand the objects around you, and you think they're coming from their own side when they're not. And it's impossible to get mad, to get upset, to get jealous. If I understood that all of Nick's amazing website, everything abilities, his like awesome wife and his cool house and his baby is like the most beautiful baby I've ever seen. Has anybody seen Nick's baby? Oh my God, the baby's like a supermodel. I'm like, what the heck? It's incredible. I'm like, Nick, right? If I knew it's all coming from me, I'm like, oh, that's all me. Then would I be jealous? I'm not really jealous. I mean, I get a little twinges here and there, but I'm joking around mostly. But yeah, would I be mad? No, it is impossible at the same time, because that would mean, Geshe Michael used to say, that would be like being scared of the 40-foot, two-headed purple elephant rampaging through your room right now. Are you scared of that, Monica? Why aren't you scared of the rampaging with 4 tusks, bright purple, neon purple elephant?
Because there isn't one.
Yeah. Your whole life is like that if you're like me. Okay, if you're a Buddha, then you're good. Don't worry. Right? Okay, so stupidest thing people could do is to yell back, and that's what they do. Okay, so say you had this Dharma class, okay? So someone's gonna yell at you, someone's gonna do something to get you mad in like the next, I don't know, 10 minutes. I'm probably getting you mad right now. Someone's doing something to get you mad. What should you think to yourself when they're saying some horrible joke or something like I do? What should you say? What should you think in your head?
It's coming from me.
Yeah, I make bad jokes. I mean, if my jokes are funny to you, then it's coming from me, okay? Yeah, you got to think, yeah, I make horrible jokes, or I do things that isn't funny, right? Or whatever it is, you know? I do things that get people mad. I yelled at the kids this morning. And due to that fact, someone's yelling at me because, in fact, the objects around me don't have any nature except the one that I give them, right? Okay, so in that moment, if you can have that thought, what are you experiencing on a miniature level?
Emptiness.
Nirvana.
Yay, Monica. Nirvana. It is emptiness too, Anna, but I was referring to Nirvana. Yeah, in that moment, that's Nirvana. And if you get sensitive, you feel it. Your winds stop. There's no drama in you. You're like, oh, that's coming from me. It's just like, you're like, oh, because that's what Nirvana means. It means all, when you get angry, everything's like, and you're like, I'll kill them, all that energy, all that craziness, it just goes, and that's what Nirvana means. It goes, like, van is viento in Espanol, wind, and nir is no, right? So no wind. The wind goes, whew. Okay. Yes. So what should you do when your husband yells at you, or boyfriend, or?
Callar.
What was that? Oh, quiet your mouth.
Ay, no sé.
Yeah. I mean, if someone's really mad, don't quite
Sí.
smile, because they'll get more mad sometimes. You're like, hi. They'll be like, just be like, I have this new tactic. I just try to think of emptiness in my mind. And I go, okay. And I just like walk away, as best I can. Eventually I'll just start getting mad and want to hit them or something. But the first few times I do okay. Okay, so those are the two husbands.
Can I ask like another practical, putting it in practice question?
Yes, Kelly McGee.
How much do you like? I find myself sometimes like obsessively, and probably it doesn't help, trying to think of like what it was that I did. Like, the exact, like the yelling at the kids in the morning.
Right.
Which you can't really often figure out. And I feel like it's kind of like it's more to like, I guess, think of the tendency.
Yeah, I would just think of the pattern,
Yeah.
And there's no way to really know unless you're like omniscient or something. But I will tell you a trick. You want me to tell you a trick?
Yeah. Please.
Okay, I'll tell you a trick. I would say this. Whatever it is, especially the things that really get you mad, you're doing them. You're not doing them last week. You're not doing them last year. You're doing them now in your mind. On some level, subconsciously, regularly, you do them. You just don't notice because there's a disconnect, right? You're not meditating well enough. But keep meditating. You'll be like, oh my God, I'm so jealous. Or I'm so angry, And it's there. And if you can just take that as a principle, take it from old wordy, okay? I've been in the game a little bit, all right? Just believe me, okay? Test it out yourself, but really, It's true. And that's true for all the good and all the bad in your life. If you find yourself in bad situations on some level, you have to admit, I'm doing that. And like, if it's too much, don't admit it because you'll hurt yourself, right? In the beginning, just give zanahorias. Don't worry about it. But when you're ready, be like, I do that. And as soon as you say that, the wheel of life starts to crumble, right? The wheel of life is the wheel of suffering life, right? Not being alive, okay? If you don't know what the wheel of life is. Okay?
Yep.
Okay, now I gotta teach the whole class in 44 minutes. Yay, here we go. So today we're doing Damngak Lojong. Dam, again, I think one of the Rias put it in there as a personal advice. And then ngak literally, it just means like speech or something like that. This is from a lama named Gelwa Yang Gunpa. And he was a student of the Sakya Pandita, who is very famous. This has just in the notes, they just say circa 1200. I think his years are 1181 to 1251, if I'm not mistaken. I might be though. Anyway, Sakya Pandita is quite famous, amazing lama. Part of some of our current lineages, actually. Okay, and here's the advices. Apparently, he had another teacher, Kutsangpa. I don't know anything about that holy lama. Okay. So Drukpa Kagyu, that's a lineage that still exists. I don't know if you know about Kagyupas. Lord Milarepa, Marpa Lotsawa, Master Tilopa, and Lord Naropa are considered the founders of the Kagyu tradition. And Jason Kappa got his monk's vows from a Kagyupa, one of the Karmapas. Okay, you didn't want to know all that, but now you do. Drukpa is a fun word. It means, it literally just means, it means thunder. But it refers to like dragons or something, because they thought the sound of thunder was coming from dragons in the sky. So there's a country called Drukyul, which is Bhutan, because it's like the land of thunder or something like that, Drukyul. More than you wanted to know. Here we go. Here's the first verse. Nothing that starts remains unchanged. Have no attachment. Cut the ties. There's no happiness in this vicious circle. Get tired of it. Find renunciation. The world is hollow and meaningless. Do not trust the lie. Your mind is the Buddha. Go and meet your friend. Okay, so these kind of poems people tend to like, especially like spiritual people. They're like, oh my God, nothing that starts remains unchanged. Whoa, that's so deep. What does it mean? I don't know. It sounds cool, though, right? So the trick is these teachings generally, like Lojong, they do happen after, this is course 14. That's not an accident. This is not like the easiest course because the verses are short and Geshe Michael just kind of stuck it in on course 14 or something. Generally, before people got these teachings, they were Geshes. Like they had been studying for like 10, 12, 15, 20 years or something, right? And so let's talk about the verses. Nothing starts, remains unchanged. Okay, that's pretty easy, right? Anything that starts must be a if it starts, it has to be a, come on, working thing, changing thing, the cause of something or result. We had that last class. I know you all did your homework for course 13. Okay. Right? So, and this is the first flavor of emptiness. Okay, there's 6 flavors of emptiness called Mahamudra. And the most basic one, which is of the Abhidharma school, is things change. There's nothing that doesn't change. I mean, there is stuff that doesn't change, but this is Abhidharma. They just say, everything changes. I mean, think about it. If your boyfriend leaves you and you're crying and someone says, you know, everything changes, does it give you some solace? Yeah, I mean, a little bit. You're like, yeah, it's true, right? By the way, if someone's already crying, don't start talking about karma and emptiness, okay? If they're already crying, they're already too far gone down the path of not understanding emptiness in that moment. Wait until they stop crying or wait until they stop yelling, okay? I've been guilty of this. It doesn't work. Don't do it. Just pat them on the back and say, you know, everything changes. All right? Okay, the reason for this is the real reason, because in your body, when you have a mental affliction, your channels get all jammed up and you can't really think, especially anything wise. All right? Anyway, have no attachment, cut the ties. Okay? So this is all about renunciation. And there's different ways to look at renunciation. There's, I don't know, I think there's what I would say the more basic one, like go off in the mountains and be a monk or excuse me, like an ascetic or something like that. Like try to leave, you know, regular life, you know, the regular world or something like that. And that's, I think, what many people think when they think about a renunciation. Is that how we define renunciation? What's renunciation? What's renunciation here?
It's wanting to get out of samsara.
Yeah, it's wanting to get out of the cycle of pain. Where is that cycle? Is it in downtown Brooklyn? I know it's in Flatbush. Flatbush is a little wild, or East New York, right? That's where samsara is, East New York. Let me just stay out of that neighborhood, right? Right, Kelly McGee? Is that where samsara is? In El Barrio? Where's samsara? Come on.
It's inside of
In
you.
your mind.
Oh.
See, it's everywhere you are, if you're human. Okay. So you have to decide, I don't want to suffer anymore. Thanks, Iravor, for your comment. You're right. I don't want to suffer anymore. I want to get off pain. I renounce whatever it is that's creating this blankety blank kind of world, okay? Because there's no happiness in this vicious circle. Okay, every line of this poem you could write, there's like 20,000 texts written on it. And I won't finish the class if I go over every line with a deep commentary. But basically, either your husband is yelling at you, about to yell at you, or you're gonna die, or the husband's gonna die. Okay, that's no happiness. That's the 3 sufferings, okay? So get tired of it. That's when you renounce. You're like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done watching people die. I'm done getting yelled at. I'm done yelling at people. I'm done losing husbands and boyfriends, and I'm gonna do something. The first truth is the truth of this fact, Iravor. The truth of suffering. Okay. The world is hollow and meaningless. Do not trust a lie. What does that mean, Dharma students? Hollow. Empty. Come on. Vacuidad. Hollow. Things, the way things seem to be is not the way they are. Do not trust the lie. Okay, in Tibetan they say kunzob. In Sanskrit it's sambirti. Yoga Sutra they say yoga chitta virti narodaha. Yoga is turning around the way the mind sees the world. We see it as backwards. We see truth as lies, good as bad, pleasure is pain is pleasure. Things that have a self have no self, okay? Okay. Your mind is the Buddha. Go meet your friend. All right, so this can be highly misinterpreted. I just got to keep going because otherwise I will not finish. Your mind is the Buddha means in your mind is what we call Buddha nature. Buddha nature is the fact that your mind is empty of having any self nature. Therefore, if you plant the right seeds, you could project yourself as a Buddha. Correcto?
Correcto.
See, okay, that's go meet your friend, go meet the Buddha. And let me just tell you something. I'm not an Arya, I'm not a Buddha, I'm not a Bodhisattva, I'm not even like a nice person, okay? But based on logic, it's possible. Okay? And you have to reach that level of logic. That's why we taught course 13. I mean, we ostensibly taught it so I could finish my homework, okay? And I did. I finished all my homework. But the reason you have to get good at logic is you have to get clear when your novio starts yelling at you, you have to be like, wait, I yelled at the kids. He's yelling at me. Dogs think that pens are who get this. Therefore, he's empty. And the thing that makes him yell is me. So I shouldn't yell. Okay. Te quiero mucho. Okay? That's all. It's got to go. That has to happen in like 1 second though, okay? Okay? Nothing but the Dharma means anything at all. Throw out the rest like trash. It all boils down to dying. Pack light and take off now. All right? Ooh, I think we're going to be on Instagram. Someone's taking a picture. Insta. Okay. Nothing but the Dharma means anything at all. Dharma literally means truth. Is there such thing as a lie? Don't think too hard. Yes or no? Do people lie? Have you heard of the President of the United States? Come on. Does the President of the United States lie or not? Okay, about 20,000 lies, according to Washington Post, in the last 3 years and 10 months and 3 days. But who's counting? Okay. So yeah, is there such thing as a lie? Yeah. Do lies exist? Yeah, but do they have any existence? Does the thing they're referring to exist? How about that? I'll make it easy. Monica, is there a two-headed purple elephant rampaging through your house right now or not? No. No. So nothing but the Dharma means anything at all. No, nothing but the truth can set you free. I mean, there's an argument about that, but yeah. So if that's really true, if there is no husband except the one that's coming from you, if there's no teacher who's going to teach you on Friday night, instead of going out and partying to get coronavirus, what? If that's true, then should you do anything but what creates that teacher, what creates that world? Yes or no? Yeah, but do you do other things? Yeah, exactly. throw the rest out like trash, because it is trash, because it doesn't even exist. It doesn't work at all. Right? I mean, that's what you said, if you believe the pen thing. It all boils down to dying. Okay? That's easy. I mean, what's going to happen to you? If you don't figure out how to stop this kind of life, what's going to happen to everyone? In 100 years, how many people from this class will be available for a Zoom chat with you? I mean, by then we'll have holograms, okay? Right? Zero. Unless somebody just decides to just buckle down and become Arya Nagarjuna and live for a couple thousand years or something, okay? Aldo's gonna do it, right, Aldo? Okay, all Aldo does is study Dharma and stuff. Okay, so pack light and take off now. Right? If I told you right now, Jesus did this. Do you know this, Jesus and the fisherman? Do you know that one? Yeah. He's like, all right, boys, you can keep fishing or you can have eternal life. You coming? They're like, peace, fish. Just leave. You know, imagine right now if some bearded gentleman from the Middle East came in your house and was like, I got all the answers. We're going to Jerusalem. You getting in the car? You know? Wouldn't you be like, pero mi mamá, mi papá, no puedo. Right? You'd be like, tengo muchas citas. Semana próxima. Lo siento, Jesús. Muy ocupado. No, really, it's so funny. Not to make fun of a whole religion or anything, but I think if Jesus came, most Christians would treat him like trash. He'd have like one garment on, this scraggly beard, you know, he'd be like, you know, because what's fishing now? Fishing is investment banking. Fishing is, you know, I mean, they were doing the thing that made good money at that time. So someone walks into your firm, your fancy job in a cloth robe and says, come with me, I'll teach you how to be immortal. You're like, get out of here. Seguridad. Hay un hombre loco en el piso tercero. Or whatever, right? Or you could, and then Jesus said, what's the use of, why gather up things on earth for the moth to eat and rust to corrupt? You know, why are you collecting these things that are just gonna get destroyed and die and end? What's the use? There is no use. Just some things to think about, you know, some light thinking. Okay, here's the 6 keys of Gelwa Yang. It's not Yang Gupa, it's Yang Gunpa. Wait, hold on. Is it spelled right? Oh, it is Yang Gupa. There's a G missing in the notes. It should be 2 G's. Okay. Because there's no way, because this is a letter too in Tibetan, right? It could be Ya, Ngupa, Numpa, but it's not. Okay, here's the 6 keys. Put your death in your heart. This is the key for checking whether your practice is tuned too tight or too loose. Okay, let me just say right now, if you were gonna die right after this class, definitely in 25 minutes, which is how much time I have to do all this stuff. Oy vey. Okay, if you were gonna die in 25 minutes, is this what you want to be doing in your life? Listening to me? I mean, not from the perspective of, what is it, YOLO? Okay, not from the perspective of YOLO. Like, I might as well. I mean, if you really thought, okay, let me just tell you something. People are very illogical. If you really thought YOLO, you should just be doing as many drugs as you could, have as much sex as you possibly could, take as many trips. I mean, you're gonna die. Get as high as you can. If you really think it didn't matter and you were going nowhere after, you would seek as much pleasure. Why would you work hard? That's stupid. People, and I had this argument with someone, they're like, well, I don't want to do drugs. Yeah, because you think by not doing drugs, you're going to be happier than if you didn't do the drugs. But if you only live once and you have no idea when you're going to die and you're going to just die anyway, it's going to be stupid, then you should seek as much pleasure. Get as rich as you can. F everybody else. Right? Anyone who thinks YOLO and is not trying to do that is just a coward. They're just too weak to really stand behind their philosophy. Okay. I don't respect them. Okay. Anyway, no, really. So you want to be doing the thing when you die. When are you going to die, Monica?
I don't know.
Exactly. It could be in 23 minutes. I mean, we're praying it's not. Okay. That would be bad. But we really don't know. But in our back of our head, we're like, ooh, I'll die when I'm 80. Right? But we don't know. I mean, 250,000 aproximadamente people have died from coronavirus. Did anyone think 2020 was going to be like this? My whole life is on Zoom. I hate Zoom. No, it's a great tool. I'm joking, but did you think you'd be seeing all your friends through a little box for the last? No. So you can predict the next 40 years. Oh yeah, I know what's gonna happen. No, you have no idea. You can't even tell who's got this deadly disease that could kill you. That's why you're locked in your house with 3 masks on and like a closet full of hand sanitizer and toilet paper. And that's what I got. I don't know what you got. Okay. Do the thing that's going to help you. That's the point. Because you are going to die any day. Okay. Think of the viper's nest of problems of this life. This is the key for stopping attachment at the bottom of your heart. It's really simple. I mean, this is more renunciation, basically. And the attachment here means what we call ignorant attachment. It doesn't mean you shouldn't be. I'm very attached to you guys. You guys are my wish fulfilling jewels, okay? Keep coming to class, okay? Right? You should be attached to things that are going to help you, but with wisdom. Right? I'm teaching you the highest wisdom that I know and all the tricks to not having problems. So all of a sudden, Manjushri is whispering in my ear and my problems just start disappearing. Which, by the way, they do. Okay? You think I'm crazy now. You should have seen me 10 years ago. 20 years ago. I live with my mom right now. I was joking around with her, right? Wednesday. How crazy I was. I was insane. I mean, functionally, actually no, but functionally. I think it was the hormones. Anyway, yeah, they're always gonna have a problem. At the bottom of your heart, realize like, if you get something awesome, okay, I got this iPhone. Someone bought it for me because they're awesome. And I got this iPhone. I got the 6S on purpose because it's still got the jack in it. And I don't want the air and the thing. No. Okay. So I got that one. Yeah, but where's this thing gonna go? What's gonna happen to this? I won't even remember. I see pictures of myself wearing sneakers. I'm like, I had those shoes. I don't remember those shoes. But at the time, if I had lost them, I'd be like, oh, my shoes. You know, it's just like, get over it. Of course you lost them. Everything's gonna go. Everything. You're gonna lose everything. Both eyes, ears, legs, everything. Get to work. Okay. Let every thought be of what other people need. This is the key for making everything you do the Dharma. All right. So this is bodhicitta. What's bodhicitta mean? What's the short definition of bodhicitta? Anybody? Like one of the Riyas.
Achieve total enlightenment for the sake of all beings.
Yay! Perfect. Semke pani shandun chir yang dak tsokpe changchub de. Okay, the wish to achieve enlightenment the wish to achieve perfect and complete enlightenment for the sake of all living beings. But the real key is what this very high Lama calls enlightened self-interest. If you have to plant seeds to make yourself happy, then you need 22 estudiantes on Friday night to teach something, okay? And even if you're not teaching them directly, in your heart, you should think to yourself, I'm doing this for other people. Like, you know, like if you're doing yoga by yourself or something, like I'm staying healthy so that, because last class I was teaching it was like 12 at night because of daylight savings day in Mexico. Yeah, why am I awake at midnight? I told my friend, oh, I gotta teach. They're like, it's 10. What are you talking about? I'm like, oh, daylight savings day in Mexico, blah, blah, blah. They're like, oh my God, so late. I'm like, no, it's not. I mean, better than death. Just get to work. All right, there we go. Oh, this should be think. Don't think of anything but your Lama. This is the key for turning your mind and theirs into one. Okay, long story short, Guru Yoga. Okay? If you want to get enlightened really fast, you have to practice this at some point or something like it. And it doesn't have to be Geshe Michael. It definitely shouldn't be me, okay? Let me tell you something. I got real problems. Don't follow me around. If you don't want to be like me, okay? I barely leave the house before COVID, okay? So just don't do that to yourself. But if you do find someone who has good qualities, and you can really see them as a being that could show you the whole way to enlightenment. And that might be your screaming esposo, right? I mean, if you got the capacity, you know, don't stay in abusive situations, okay? I'm not recommending that. But when they're yelling at you, if you're like, oh, wait, I was just abusing the children this morning. That's not a good look. I should stop. And then you can end it right there. Okay. Yeah. You need a teacher for that. I'm good for like Tibetan and some bad jokes. That's about it. So, you know, look around a little harder. Okay. See the world and the people in it as angels is the key for stopping the idea that life is an ordinary thing. There's this English word, we say pronoia. I don't know. Do they have this one in? It's a new word. It just means the opposite of paranoia. You can think all day people are against you. I don't know. For years, I'm not that good at this. Sometimes I have some fleeting good thoughts like this. But for years, in my mind, I've known this one thing. I'm like, everything works out for Word. And ask any of my friends, they're like, how come everything works out for you? I'm like, everything works out for me. And that's where my worldview really, I'm like, go to Mexico, I've got like no money. I'm like, I don't have anything. I'm just like, everything works out for Word. And I get there, Aldo's like, you can stay at my house for free. I'm like, everything works out for Word. You know, Letty's like, hey, you can work at my yoga studio. I'm like, working out, you know, like that. And so, you know, it's the karma too, obviously, because I do try to help people, but there is a karma from having a worldview, right? What are the 3 ways to plant karma? Anybody?
Words, thoughts,
Yes. Thank you, Ria. Yeah, exactly. Thinking is a karma too. It's actually a big one. It might be the biggest one. If you think about, okay, someone did something bad to you like 10 years ago, right? Everyone has to say yes because bad things happen to all of us all the time. If you thought about it now, I mean, really thought about it, you'd be like, and then they did this, and then they said that, and then they did it. Would you get mad? Yeah. Within seconds, you could go from a calm state to a raging state just from your thoughts. So this is the same. If you thought, and then Aldo's an angel, and then Ria's an angel, and then Monica's an angel, you're like, wait a second, they're all angels, huh? And then everything you do is more powerful because you're doing it towards angels. I mean, the bad stuff gets more powerful too, so be careful. Okay, number 6, whatever comes, make it crystal. This is the key for making life turn to freedom all by itself. So crystal here is just a kind of poetic word for emptiness, like clear, right? Like translucent, like see-through, like there was nothing there. I heard from famous Lama named Geshe Michael, who was a diamond connoisseur. He is a diamond connoisseur, but he's like a diamond dealer, seller, manufacturer of jewelry for like 20 years or something. Yeah, if you had perfect diamond in front of you, it's so clear that you wouldn't be able to see it. You know, every year a certain amount of people die because they walk into their glass doors and it kills them. Kelly McGee laughed. Kelly, you're a bad person. No, but it's true. You know, because it's so clear. Sometimes it's so clear and you walk into it and then, right? Have you ever walked into the glass door? How many birds, like probably millions of birds die like that every year. Like that, like emptiness. It's all around you all the time, but you don't see it. And it's as if it's not there, okay? Anyway, and there's a thing. There's a fancy word. Ontological. Do you know that word? Paola? Ontology? Paola's really smart. I don't know. She just goofs off all the time, but she always knows what's going on. Okay, she knows this fancy word. It means how do things exist? ¿Qué existe? How? ¿Cómo existe? How do they exist? So there's a saying, nirvana and samsara are the same. Okay? Are nirvana and samsara the same as far as feelings? I'll make it easy. Is never being unhappy the same as always being unhappy? No, those are exact opposites. Nirvana and samsara are not the same in terms of feeling. Thank you, Anna. Gracias, Anna. They are the same in the sense of their ontological status, which is a fancy word, which means they both come from karma, right? So if you understand emptiness and inversely understand karma, that things are coming from you and things are created by your seeds, then you could just as easily create a body of light as you do a body of poop. Okay? which is what I have. Okay, 5 mental poisons.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Which part? Poop?
If you can see
I'm saying that
the last idea.
says this is the key for making this life turn to freedom all by itself. This is saying by itself, and it's tricky because people think, oh, it's automatic. I don't have to do anything. Nirvana. No. What's it saying is it's the mechanism that creates nirvana, which is karma, is the same mechanism that creates other things like samsara, your life, if you're a human. Therefore, it's just as easy in the sense of a seed becoming the thing, its result, to create nirvana as it is to create samsara. It's in fact, it in fact happens automatically, just like me talking. You're not making effort to hear me talk right now. You might be having effort to have to hear me talk, but the words that come out of my mouth seem to be happening automatically. Correcto? So now it would be just as easy to create a body which was of a Buddha of light as it would be to create a body of a human, which is poop. Okay, there we go. 5 mental poisons, 5 poisons in 9 minutes. ¿Listos? Okay. In English, we have a saying. It says, pick your poison. Okay, so we're going to pick one of these. 5 mental poisons. So poisons are the code name for mental affliction in Buddhism. So tuk is the Tibetan word for poison. Like a tuk chul is a poisonous snake, right? Like a rattlesnake or something. But duknel means poison. It's related. It means mental affliction. Okay. Okay, here we go. The first one is ignorant liking. Okay, Monica, because you're falling asleep, I'm going to engage you now. I know it's getting late. I'm watching you. So is ignorant liking is the first one. So is it bad to like things, Monica?
No,
It's not bad to like things.
no.
So it's okay to like things.
Yes, as long as you do it with wisdom.
Ooh, okay, fine. Damn it. Okay, she knows what she's talking about. So this is called ignorant liking, meaning, and this is what happens to people with addictions, right? It's just like, I mean, partying once in a while, that's fine. I mean, if you don't got no vows, you're breaking or something, no problem. But if you would keep partying in such a way that would hurt you or the people around you, that means you're trying to get something good from something bad, which by definition is called ignorance, right? If your worldview is the understanding that only good things create good things, and only bad things create bad things. Next, yes. Next is disliking things stupidly, or ignorant disliking. So it's the same exact thing except opposite. Yeah. Should you like a husband that yells at you? No. But should you like a husband that yells at you? Should you dislike a husband that yells at you because of the traffic? No. You should dislike a husband that yells at you because you yelled at the kids, which means you would dislike doing bad things, which would mean you would only do good things, create good things, and bad things, create bad things, which brings us back to the same exact thing, right?
Paola is a rock star.
Oh yeah, she's doing good. She's one of the fastest talkers I've ever met, actually. She's like, As if Mexicans don't talk fast enough as it is. Okay. So Dewa Tamche, this is how you get all happiness. Duknel tang chelwa. Chel means like separated from or free from. No more pain at all. Okay. And then timuk is ignorance. Sometimes it's like dullness or even kind of like just like general stupidity, but it refers to the misunderstanding itself. It means you forgot about the pen and you're like, why is my husband so mad at me? I didn't do anything at all. Okay? And if you stop this, then Jang Chub Topa. Top means to achieve. Okay? Topa means achieve. Jang Chub means Bodhi. Right? Buddhahood. And it's possible, okay? I haven't done it, but the logic is sound, all right? Then we have Ngagel. Ngagel means, literally means I am king, but it's just pride. I always forget how to say pride in Spanish.
Orgullo.
Orgullo.
I was trying to remember. What is it? Orgullo?
Orgullo.
2 R's? Ar?
No, just one. Orgullo.
Oh, you're just emphasizing for me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Orgullo. Okay. Okay. This is one of my favorite mental afflictions, meaning I'm very good at it. More arrogance than pride, but you know, it's a mix. So this is the irony about pride, though. If you're being proud, you have to be ignorant because you think your good qualities are coming from just me. It's just I'm just awesome. But if you were like, say you're for instance, say you're intelligent, okay? So then you're proud. Then people are not smart as you. You're gonna be like, es muy tanto, you know, idiote, idiota. So the thing that made you smart is the fact that you taught people. So if you're proud, you're not going to teach people. And so and that's how mental afflictions work. If you're having a mental affliction, it will take away from the thing that brought it on in the first place, right? The thing that brings you a beautiful girlfriend is the fact that you kept your commitments, especially around sex and stuff. But then if you cheat on your girlfriend because I can get any girl, then that's what's going to make you not have a girlfriend, right? And it all works like that. Same with pride. Okay. That's Rango Tunpa. And this is all about becoming perfectly sustainable, perfectly, what's that word? Autonomous? Something like that. And if you get really good at Dharma, you have nothing to fear. Nothing. Certain schools, like there's magic schools, that like when they teach you these like principles, they'll just drop you off someplace. They'll just drop you off at like Wall Street. You don't know anybody, you don't know anything. They'll just say like, okay, in one month, we're gonna come back. You have to have made $1 million. And then you pass this, then you're in the school. Right? That's that. You prove understand this. Right? Because otherwise, who's gonna listen to you? Do you want to hear advice on Buddhism from someone who's not happy? You shouldn't. I mean, generally, don't listen. I mean, if you want to get good at piano, go to someone who's good at piano. If you want to play capoeira, I've played some capoeira. Go to someone who's awesome at it, okay? If you want a spiritual teacher, go to someone who's happy. I'm telling you. Like, don't go to someone happy, like, you know? And of course, if they can explain it to you, if they're intelligent, that's so on and so forth. Okay? But if you get good at these things, you don't need, you can figure anything out. anywhere, anytime. All right. I've met some people. They're like, "Oh, I've been studying Dharma for this long," and then, but don't ask them how long they're studying Dharma. Just ask them like, "How's your life?" Look at the twinkle in their eye. Okay. Look at these lines on the side of their face. Do they got the smiley ones or do they got the frowny ones? Okay. That's what my Qigong teacher told me. Okay. Chaktok is jealousy. So yeah, this means when you when you're unhappy when people get what they want. And if you eliminate, so these 5, the result of eliminating each one of these, if you eliminate ignorant liking, you get dewa tamche, all goodness. If you eliminate ignorant disliking, you get free of all suffering, okay, no more pain. If you eliminate ignorance, you achieve Buddhahood, which is by definition, by the way, right? The elimination of all, even the subtle traces of thinking of things self-existent, are the last things you eliminate on to become a Buddha. If you eliminate pride, you ironically, if you eliminate, that's the thing with pride, you think, oh, I'm this big man, I got it all, I can figure anything out. But it's the opposite. It's the opposite. It's always the opposite. And if you eliminate jealousy, then all your obstacles will be removed. Gek tamche selwa. Selwa means to eliminate, to clear. Right? Gek is a stop. It's from the same word like gakja, the thing you're stopping, the thing that stops you. Okay. This is the last line. The reality of things is beyond the mind, so reside in a state where you hold to nothing. And these lines can be misinterpreted. It's not that you try to think of nothing, okay? You try to understand the fact that there is no thing except what you project. So there's no thing, nothing, nada out there from its own side. Nada cosa existe autoexistencia. Right? I think I said that right. I always hear Aldo use these words when he's translating. Okay. Yay! Let me look at the homework. I think I covered all of it, but I don't really know because I didn't look at it. Oh yeah, okay, give the dates. Okay. 1213 and 1258 for the writer of this Lojong, okay? The advices of the victorious one, Yang Gunpa. Okay, that's easy. Your own mind is the Buddha. Let's talk about Buddha nature. I talked about that. Okay. Why does he mean when he says nothing with the Dharma means anything at all? Yeah. Keep your priorities straight. You're going to die. Okay, I went over everything. Just checking. Explain the real meaning of the lines. Whatever comes, make it crystal. The word crystal here refers to emptiness. Whatever comes means whatever appears to your mind and also whatever we experience in general. Okay. Yeah. Just remember everything is empty and you can change anything into whatever if you have the right karma. And then the 5 poisons, just remember which poison and the thing it creates, okay? Liking things ignorantly, if you eliminate it, it makes every happiness. Disliking things ignorantly, if you eliminate it, it makes freedom from all pain. Being ignorant itself, help eliminate it, reaches matchless enlightenment. Feeling pride eliminated means standing independent on your own. And feeling jealous means stopping all obstacles. It's their opposites, okay? What does it really mean when Gelwa, which means victorious, by the way, like a Buddha, Yang Gumpa says, the reality of things is beyond the mind, so reside in a state where you hold to nothing. It means that a normal state of mind perceiving apparent reality cannot perceive at the same time ultimate reality. Yes, it urges us to stay in a state where we no longer hold to anything, to exist independent of our own projections forced upon us by our past karma. Remember the second husband all day.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's Friday. I'm in Philly. What? I'm gonna do some more work after this. The party doesn't stop around here, okay? Who's gonna do the mandala? Ria? One of the Rias? How about the other Ria? How about the good-looking one? Hold on, let me pull up the
Okay.
thing. Okay. All right.
Sashi Puki Shimetoka Lira Flingshin
Sangye Shindu Mikre
Ragunam Dakshila Shuparsho Idam Guru Ratna Mandalakam Niryatayami Gewadi Gewoku Sanam Jeshe Satsashi Sonam Jeshe Leyue Dampa Kuni Toparsho.
Yay.
Gracias, Word.
Thank you, Word.
Paola.
Thank you, Paola. Gracias, Paola.
Gracias,
Gracias, Pau.
Paola.
Gracias, Word.
Muy bien.
Gracias a todos.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias, Pau.
Gracias. Buenas noches.
Bye.
Gracias.
Come to class
Bye,
on
gracias.
Wednesday.
Gracias. Muchas
I
gracias.
need you, my wish fulfilling jewels. Okay. Love you all. Have a great weekend.
You too. Bye. Thank you.
Buen fin.